what we do during the test rides for our builds. This can also apply to any bike that you're test riding. The first thing we are doing is warming up our bikes. The bike I'm riding is our follow bike, which is a 1986 Harley Davidson Sportster 1100. With Harley Davidsons, if you ride too excessively or get on the throttle too much when they're cold, they can develop a base gasket leak. The reason we use two bikes is the person on the follow bike can see more things than the test rider. Also, we videotape these rides so we can go back and review, which helps us with diagnosis of problems. Our test ride loop is about 10 miles. The test ride loop is 2 concentric circles, so if we have any small problems on the smaller circle, we can abort the run. Also, if we notice any major problems, we can pull over and not be too far from the shop. This saves bikes, time, and fuel. Even as early as 1/4 mile in, we noticed things. Jim here is saying it's not stopping great. We later found out it was just the brakes seating into the road. As you can see here, I don't fit bike with mids very well, but it's how we got it and it's the bike we're currently building, so there's no need to change when we're going to build it. This bike's getting turned into a monoshock build, which you saw in the background in the last video. On this first straight, I'm watching the chain oil tank clearance and the fender clearance. Also, I'm listening for any misses or engine noise that Jim may not have picked up. Even going back and listening, I love the sound of these bikes. Second row, we were watching for any handling problems that may arise. A little shimmy, a little shake. Jim will notice these things and he will go over the footage with me and show me where it happened. It's important on where it happened because the bump in the road may be unloading or unloading the front end. this point in the ride, we are getting ready to do the second leg. So Jim is looking for leaks and making sure everything is tight. How does it feel?
Not bad.
Other than the brakes? As you just heard, at this point I asked Jim how it feels, so I know whether we are heading back to the shop or continue on. On our builds, we don't run mirrors, so I'm looking behind me to make sure no cars are going to plow into us. Footage of the side of the bike so we can go over and look at it when we get back to the shop. This part of the test ride is to simulate city riding. There are quite a few stoplights, which will test the clutch, brakes, and also the tuning. test ride, we speed up. We are working the throttle to look for dead spots in the tuner. We are also looking for any flaws in our designs, as well as vibrations, trans problems, clutch problems, and handling problems. Most of the time, if you have a minor handling problem at low speeds, it will become a major handling problem around 50 miles an hour. While we are on this straight stretch, let's go over the build. This bike is a 1985 Ironhead, which is last year of the Iron. Fun fact about these bikes is they actually have an Evo bottom end. The frame is done with a Twisted Choppers drop seat hardtail. The fender is a 7 metals West fender, and everything else is custom fabricated by me at Beaton Cycles. The motor work is done by Jim. The frame is powder coated Vivid Black by 717 Powder Works, and the paint is a metallic gray color code from Dodge. This is the last section of our test ride. We picked this road because of the bumps. We want to hit bumps to make sure the bike is balanced and doesn't overcorrect. We live in Pennsylvania and potholes are part of our lives. Our bikes are built for comfort, but this one might not be oh so comfortable. This bike has a solid mounted seat, so we'll have to deal with that. The reason we do these test rides like this is because we build our bikes to run. We want to make sure that somebody can hop on them, we go 100 miles or 1,000 miles and not have any issues. So we extensively test them. This is just the first test ride of many. These test ride tips can apply to any bike. Jim has over 20 years of experience, so it's always great to have someone with a lot of experience test ride your bike you build or you are buying. The last thing we do is fill up the tank with some ethanol-free gas. I hope that these tips are helpful, and I hope you enjoyed getting to listen to these loud Harleys. At the end of this video, I will include some pictures of some bikes that we have built together. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.